What's up, you goddamn plebeians? Neil with the Balding Plebs, joined here tonight by my brother,
Mr. fucking YouTube, baby.
So from the title, most of you have probably come here to tell us how we're out of our fucking minds. Good for you. You're wrong. Wolfenstein Youngblood wasn't terrible.
It's not nearly as terrible as you've heard.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't know.
It's just you need to make sure you go into it with the right mindset.
I don't know where the idea that Wolfenstein Youngblood would be the next Wolfenstein game came from. The only way it was ever pitched to me, and which I believe we saw it at, was it E3? When we reacted to the Bethesda press conference? Yeah. I think the only way it was ever pitched was multiplayer Nazi killing action.
Yeah.
It was never pitched. I never heard him say it's the next great Wolfenstein game.
Yeah.
So why you would go into it expecting, the next big AAA Wolfenstein game is beyond me. The game is clearly loaded, with, I guess, some references to the past. You play as his twin daughters, or his daughters. And it's just a fucking multiplayer first-person shooter.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's what it is.
And
so
go
into it with the right mindset, and I think you're okay here. If you have, to be fair, we had dedicated players. We played through the whole game together.
Yep, we did.
And, I mean, that is what we were looking for.
Yeah.
Now, if you're looking for a single-player experience, if you're looking for BJ Blaskovich's next great hurrah, you're in the wrong place. I'm telling you that right now.
Absolutely.
This is straight up a mission-based multiplayer shooter. That's what this is.
With like a post-mission hub area where you can turn in quests, where you can get new quests, you can get daily quests, this, that, the other thing. It keeps you playing, keeps you in the game, and that's what you end up with.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I did not go into this thinking, I can't wait to see what this does for the Wolfenstein universe.
Yeah.
Not at $30.
No. And not at $30 for two people to play it. And that was, I think, one of the best selling points for us, is we got to play through a game, a relatively new game, and it is a decently long game. It's 20-ish plus hours to beat, because we did all the side missions. We did some of the daily, weekly quests. And some of these ending missions are raid missions, right? So they're pretty long. You got to invest an hour and a half to 2 hours in these things.
And they were actually a lot of fun.
They were fun. They were difficult.
Some of the parts.
This game, and we played on normal, and there was difficulty here. Yeah. Significant difficulty.
Yep.
We had to revive each other often. So this isn't just a walk in the park by any stretch of the imagination.
Nope.
Especially in the later raid missions. Those were a challenge, absolutely. There is a weird tone in this game. I think maybe that's probably the one thing, and you do revisit areas often.
Yeah.
Which was really strange. It would have been cool if they I'd rather have them have less missions and newer areas.
Yes.
Right? Instead of just making us go through the same areas again and with a different objective, because that's basically what they did.
Yeah, a lot of the missions are replayed in the same areas, and you go back and, I was just here, and now all these guys are here, and now, there's a new item here that I have to get. Why couldn't I just pick it up the last fucking time I was here?
But it was fun to shoot people again and again.
Yeah,
I mean, it was still fun. It's just, there could have been more variety in actual areas you go to.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And the weird tone. Like, these girls are out doing all this killing. They'll get in an elevator, and the loading screen is them, dancing around and,
middle fingering each other, tapping the one girl on the butt, just stuff like that.
Acting stupid. So it just had this weird, this is all fun and games sort of tone. It didn't have that... This
classic Wolfenstein tone of Nazis have taken over shit.
Fight to the death.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that was, why they opted for that, but it was really, really off-putting. That was probably one of the biggest actual problems I had with this game.
Yes.
Was the fact that there was this is a joke sort of tone. When I don't understand why they did that.
And didn't I say that too right off the bat when we first got into the game in that very first scene where they kill the one guy and the girl pukes or whatever, and then all of a sudden they're laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you would be fucking laughing.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not even close to realistic. And,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know if they were trying to make a statement with that or something, but it missed its mark
for us. It was flat. For us,
Yeah.
it just the entire storyline, to be quite fair, is dumb. I mean, they're trying to. I don't know. The storyline was just useless.
Yeah, we didn't give.
I don't actually even know what happened in the game.
Yeah, we don't even give a shit.
Or give a shit.
Yeah, we don't care. For $30, it was.
But to be fair, I didn't go into it caring either.
No, it was a first. For us, it was a first person. It was a co-op first-person shooter.
And I think we were bored with what was available. There was a very big lack of games, and we hadn't actually played a co-op game probably in a while. So this fit the bill, especially when we could play it with the Buddy Pass and both play through it for $30 total. $32 total is what we paid for this.
Yeah, so $16 each for this game.
So again, from a value standpoint, this was very excellent. Okay,
Yes.
To get a 20+ hour experience.
Yep, that we played through, by the way.
Again, if you're going to do all the side missions, you're going to do some of the daily and weekly missions, you're willing to revisit areas, you're going to get your money's worth from a playtime perspective. No questions asked here. If you're willing to stick it out, if you're willing to just probably, get past the idiotic storyline.
Don't pay any attention to the storyline. Don't pay any attention to the stupid, silly shit they do in the elevators. You'll probably enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Don't expect the next great Wolfenstein game, because
No.
it's not. Spoiler alert.
Yep. Got decent weapons, a lot of weapon variety.
Weapon upgrades?
Skill tons
upgrades?
of upgrades. Skills and weapons,
Yeah.
tons of upgrades in this game.
That was a decent part of this game. And
And we ended up getting to like level 40, 44, 42, 44.
Yeah.
So we had good chance to do tons of upgrades, and we still died a lot.
Yeah.
So, we had a good time with this. Or at least a good enough time. This, I'd say, some of these last missions, with them being raid missions, being very long, did wear a little thin.
Oh, yeah.
This particular boss, of course, is one of the ending bosses.
Ending
It absolutely sucked, and kind of had that. Didn't go out on as high of a note as I would have liked it to have.
Yeah.
But it was maybe one bad boss fight. The rest of them were pretty fun.
Pretty decent.
They weren't super, super, impossible to figure out. This guy, we couldn't figure out what the fuck we were doing. And it was really a kind of a more of a war of attrition than it was actually an interesting, fun fight.
Yeah.
So for me, I like my boss battles not to necessarily be those wars of attrition, right? But I want them to be fun. I want them to be interesting. I want them to be doable. And this maybe was one where I didn't see that. But for the most part, most of the enemies you fight, you use some co-op tactics, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Okay?
For sure.
At least on the normal difficulty. So.
Yeah, I think, I
think a lot of people went into this with the wrong,
oh, no doubt.
the wrong, expectations.
Yeah.
And that can screw you up. There's no doubt about it. If you go into this expecting the next great Wolfenstein, if you go into this expecting Wolfenstein 3 or Wolfenstein even 2.5, you will be spectacularly disappointed. I mean, just don't even buy it, because all you're going to do is piss yourself off and end up probably not liking Wolfenstein anymore, to be honest. If you go into this with a friend that wants to play through it with you, you'll have some fun. Will you play through it more than once? I doubt it.
Yeah.
But you'll have fun. There is a weird... The whole way that this game kind of works, where, you have, this big firefight, and then, you stop, kind of, and, scour the area for a couple coins.
Yeah,
was
what
really
the
weird.
fuck, man? That's such a weird pacing in this game.
The pacing, I'd say, in this game overall was...
Poor.
Terrible. It's just you go through these incredible firefights, and you're on a high.
And some of them were really good.
They're intense, and they're good. And then it's oh, okay, we got everybody. Now let's scour all these little areas for coins so we can upgrade.
Yeah.
Or let's scour for ammo. Or collectibles. Stupid, irrelevant collectibles. Instead of just keeping that intensity.
Instead of keeping the player engaged.
Which, in a co-op shooter, is kind of what we wanted. Is just to have, like I said, I'd rather there be less missions, more variety in location, and just even make the mission shorter and have them be more intense. That would have been fine. Maybe think a Spec Ops like mission from Modern Warfare 2 or something like that.
Yeah, like we're just
getting... Like we have our objective, it's an intense ass fight, and
that's it.
You know, you're not screwing around trying to pick up the intel, or you're looking for 3D glasses and picking up 1 or 2 coins scattered around under a coffee mug. You know, it's just a really weird pacing.
No, you're 100% right.
Or make the picking up of all this stuff, be more universal or quicker or something. Because you literally had to like adjust your like reticle and pick it up, and it was kind of just weird.
Yeah, like the wooden boxes, like half the time they didn't break open like they should, or I mean,
you had to
should
shoot
have
them like freaking 15 times.
Yeah,
so
and
give me a break.
it was. I think you were more meant to charge into them like a fucking rape tape.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's be real. But let's be real about it though. It's a poorly done mechanic, and it made me never want to open a crate.
Yeah.
It made me never want to go in those crates, and so maybe that's why I was always out of ammo in this butt fucking game. But anyway, all joking aside, Wolfenstein Youngblood. And like everybody, this seems to be like the joke, the going joke right now, right? Like if you like Wolfenstein Youngblood, you're a fucking idiot or something. The game wasn't actually that bad. It was just the way certain elements within the game were handled, and it was players' impressions going into the game, I think, that ruined it for them.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, we went into this zero expectations to get the next Wolfenstein. Total expectations is just have a fun co-op shooter.
Well, what did we say during our reactions when we saw that it was a co-op? Just fucking shoot 'em up, good time.
Yeah,
we're playing it.
Yeah.
Like we're excited.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we didn't go in and say, "Oh my god, I can't wait to see." Hear the origin stories for BJ's daughters. Like, no offense, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
and not because it's his daughters, not for any reason like that. I just don't fucking care.
Yeah, not really.
I don't care. And I think I'm pretty open about that. I skip most cutscenes. None of that shit matters to me. But it's like the actual game has to be fun, right? The actual gameplay has to be fun. And the gameplay here, the actual shooting controls are fine. Mm-hmm. The game itself is fine. But some of that moment-to-moment stuff, I can see where it would really detract and turn people off from the game and piss them off. Mm-hmm. Especially people that just came from Wolfenstein 1 or the second game.
Yeah.
I can absolutely see where people would play this and go, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And that was, to be fair, that was my response when they were in that first scene and she shot the guy and then they're in the elevators. I'm like, cut that shit out.
Yeah, and
stop.
they did it the whole game, so the whole tone was just really weird.
So I experienced that too. But again, what I was looking for was totally different.
Yeah.
This game, if you want to enjoy this game, it's all about what you're looking for.
Yep.
I'll say it one more time. We've said it throughout the demo, or throughout the video. If you're looking for the next Wolfenstein game,
look elsewhere.
Look elsewhere. Pass. Do not buy. If you're looking for a fun 2-player
Nazi shooter,
first-person shooter, buy.
And you're willing to revisit environments. Make sure you're willing to revisit environments.
Because it's very repetitive.
Because you're gonna. A lot.
Yep. Very, very...
like 4 different areas, and you go back all the time.
Yep. It's very repetitive in that aspect.
Yep.
But if you're okay with that, buy.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
So I think it all depends what you're looking for, guys. Again, a lot of hate out there for this game. It is not
as deserved as it seems.
Deserved as people are making it out to be. It is not the worst thing that ever came out of, whoever the fuck.
Bethesda.
Yeah, I mean,
76.
Fallout 76 is worse. Trust us. So, look, know what you want in the game before you buy this. If you're just looking for a good time, kind of something you can do with a buddy, kind of on and off, maybe an hour a night or something, or a couple missions, take it in chunks. A mission, 2 missions, something like that.
Well, that's how we played it.
That's how we played through it.
Let's talk about something they did. I don't know if we mentioned this yet, but the Buddy Pass.
Well, the Buddy Pass is everything. If we both had to pay $30 for this, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, it wouldn't be worth it.
But, we're supposed to give our thoughts. We're supposed to review it based on what we paid and what we got out of it. So we paid the $32. I got the deluxe edition. You downloaded the trial.
Mm-hmm.
We played on PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yep.
And we both played the entire game together.
Yeah.
So
I got what I wanted out of it.
Yeah.
$16 a person. A movie is $15, people. So, and how many of those are an hour and a half? And most of those are absolute shit. You know? And then the girl you're with dumps your ass afterwards. So, you know, what's going to be a better time? Be honest. You know? For $16, you can get yourself a game, play through it with a friend, and have a decent time. So, honestly, this what I was thinking when we were going to do this kind of review was this is like my definition of like a 6 to 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Right? 6 and a half.
I was literally just about to say my final score is 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And for $16,
yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah, it is. Based on what we paid. But again, this is like the literal definition of a 6 out of 10. Right?
Yeah.
A serviceable game. We had fun with it. We're not going to play it again. We're not going to like remember it as like this incredible life-changing experience. It doesn't do shit new for anything. Everything in it has been done before. It's a 6 out of 10. It is a literal 6 out of 10. That is the definition. You look at this game, this is a fucking 6 out of 10.
It's like you walk into GameStop and the manager comes up to you and he's like, "Hey, how can I steal sales from my associates today?" And you say, "Well, I'm looking for a literal 6 out of 10." And he comes over, "Son of a bitch, I got the perfect game, Wolfenstein Youngblood. This a Nazi shooting game, but it doesn't do anything to advance the story of the universe.
To advance life in general."
Well, I tell you what.
You'll play through it once.
You'll play through it once, but you won't play through it twice. Sign my ass up! Guys, listen, you heard what we had to say. You know what we think about this. If you're okay with that, and you got somebody to play it with, buy it.
You'll have fun.
But again, if you're looking for that next Wolfenstein game or the next, oh my god, this is amazing, you might want to look elsewhere. You might want to tell that manager at GameStop to go and get Monster Hunter World.
Anything else?
The Witcher 3.
Like literally anything else.
Anything else? A Switch game even? Sega Saturn? Nintendo 64? Let's show YouTube your final thoughts.
Can't say it any clearer than that, guys. 6 out of 10. You'll have fun playing through it if you got a buddy to play with. It doesn't change the world. It doesn't advance the world. It doesn't advance this genre or this series in any way. It's just a fun co-op shooter. If you can pick it up for $20 or $30 and both of you guys can play it, why the hell not? I can think of worse things to spend $20 on.
I'm with you.
There you have it.
I'm with you all the way. Plebs, we want your thoughts about Wolfenstein Youngblood down in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed the honest, no BS review. We'll see each and every one of you right here next time for more content like this.
You're welcome.
GG of Plebs.